Yo, what's going on? Thank you all for tuning in wherever and whenever you are watching this. Guys, today we got a lot of stuff to cover. We got some technical analysis we're going to go over, and then we're going to cover, I don't know if you can see these tabs up here, but we got quite a few different tabs, including a little bit of Blackrock to look into. So to start it off, I want to go over with the Comey. We're just going to dive right into it. So we're going to start off with the Comey. So just recently, guys, I know I brought this up before, but they're partnered with Vivi. And for a long time, I've been saying this is, I think Vivi's going to use Ecomi as a way to pay out. So just recently, within this past, I want to say 2 weeks, they actually just updated it. And guess, big surprise, guess how you take your profits. Boom. Now, the only thing that's a little weird is you have to KYC verify. Not weird, but some people might not like, but you have to KYC verify in order. So like if you already had an account, you have to go back on there, relog in, KYC verify on there in order to sell, trade, whatever you want to do with anything. So if you got an account, go on there, KYC verify, and then from there, I mean, if you got money on there, you want to withdraw. I mean, I originally bought a comic on there for like $7, sold it for 450, and I bought a bunch of other ones. And I mean, I'm doing pretty well as far as holding goes, but the prices on a lot of them dropped, especially when crypto took its little it's dip. So super cool project, especially and I think as far as technical analysis goes, here we got it pulled up right here. So honestly, I'm looking for a retracement to this 50% 618 zone, this little red box. We'll see what happens. I'm actually going to send this one to the chat after. So let me write this down because otherwise I'm going to forget to do it. So we'll send this one after. So we got the Comey. Now, again, this is something I'm waiting for. I want to see it come back down to potentially this zone, and maybe even respect where we're at now and continue up. But I honestly think we might even come down a little farther. There's as a lot of other cryptos are coming down. So that's something I'm looking at, something I'm watching, being patient and waiting for. So before we do any more technical analysis, I want to go ahead and kind of just drop, kind of hop in here, look at some news. Binance and MasterCard launch a Bitcoin rewards card in Argentina. This is super big. Obviously, it's in Argentina right now, but you can see it's something they're launching. So the prepaid rewards card in Argentina. This is something that I'm assuming is going to be kind of similar to Crypto.com's reward card. So I don't know if you guys have ever used that, have heard of anybody using it, but it's honestly pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I personally don't have one. A lot of my business partners use it or did use it. I don't know if they're still using it because I know Crow changed a lot of things, especially when they went to the Kronos network. But regardless, I mean, this is something to pay attention to. This is something, Binance and MasterCard, MasterCard big. It's something to pay attention to. This could be something like, some trial little run here that they might see how it works. And you can see Binance teams up with MasterCard. So they're actually partnering and they launch a new card there. So that's actually pretty cool. Yes, Satoshi Nakamoto, that's kind of dope. And you can see you make up to 8% in crypto cash back. That's actually dope. Depending on what you got to do, because I know with Crow, they had different reward cards. So you had to stake a certain amount for a certain amount of time. 0 fees on ATM withdrawals. That's honestly awesome. I don't know if there's any other big major stuff on here, but Argentina football team received 6 million in USDC, the second biggest stablecoin in market cap, payment for a player. Argentina government is worried about. So Argentina is probably trying to get a little more crypto savvy. Suffers from one of the world's worst inflation rates. Holy shit, at 64%. Oh my goodness. So that's honestly crazy. Inflation at 64%, and then you could use this card, 8% cash back in crypto. This is cool. And a lot of people probably aren't taking advantage of this, but you got to think, guys. I mean, there's actually DoorDash. I know does this. So they have a DoorDash card. So say you go DoorDash for an hour, as soon as you're done, it goes right to your DoorDash card. So they give you a little, pretty much I don't have it, but prepaid card, right? And then what they'll do is they give you 10% cash back on any gas station. You go to a gas station, get a drink, you get 10% cash back. You get gas, 10% cash back. But this is actually insane, guys. So you spend $100 on gas, that's $10 back. You look at a bank, ROIs. I'm trying to think the APYs. I mean, they're giving you 0.01%, 0.02%. I mean, using a cashback card, getting 10%. Sheesh. So that's actually pretty cool. So something to pay attention to. We'll see what happens in it, and in the future. Again, I think it's something that could be really big, and they might be just kind of testing it in that area at the moment. this is the reason why I wanted to go over BlackRock. If you're not familiar with BlackRock, BlackRock is literally one of the biggest investment firms. You can see, I actually pulled this up over here. BlackRock, literally. So on this right-hand side, I don't know how much you guys can see, but hopefully you're able to see that. Rank among shareholders. So if you look at these companies, this is what they're ranked as far as shareholders go. We got Apple, #1, ExxonMobil, #1, Google, #2, Berkshire Hathaway, guys, these are huge companies. And they're literally ranked 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, Toyota, Motorola, Toyota Motor, whatever, is 12th. I mean, that's the farthest one as far as the rank goes in among the other shareholders. So guys, this is nuts. And honestly, you know, if you do a little more rabbit hole research, you can actually go ahead and see they own a lot of other stuff. They're invested in a lot of other things. You can see literally $10 trillion under management, right? 10 fucking trillion. Guys, that's a lot of money. The market cap of crypto, Tommy and I were actually just looking at this. The market cap of crypto, literally, one trillion. You got BlackRock. BlackRock has over 10 trillion under asset management in January at the beginning of the year. Absolutely insane.
Which is why you want to follow people like that, because if you're thinking, a bunch of people on Reddit turn around and make GameStop all this money, now what happens when they invest into something and it's important? It's obviously going to be worth a lot.
Facts, bro. Big facts. And honestly, I mean, there's more rabbit hole stuff you could do. I mean, you could even, you know, we can click here. You can see that there's so much stuff. If you go into images, you just type in BlackRock, a lot of stuff will come up. You can see literally, and if you look and see what each of these companies are into or where they tie into, it's follow the money. And you know, we will be on here all night if we just looked at BlackRock. So, guys, that's something to look into. I mean, you look, BlackRock.
They're a corporation. It's public information. They have to put the information out there, so it's possible to find what they're investing in and when they're doing it.
And honestly, you just brought that up, and I want to bring this up too, because if it's a good idea to pay attention to what they're investing into, because if they invest into it, they're obviously believing in it. You can see these are bigger companies, but there's smaller ones as well. I mean, you could literally look up what companies does BlackRock invest in, or do they own? It'll come up, but something I want to kind of relate it to is a little similar, is Grayscale actually, but Grayscale is more for, they have a, what is it, crypto, what is it called? I can't even think what it's called. I don't think this is, I want to go to their main page. Maybe they changed it. Where are we at? Where are we at? Start investing, maybe. Here we go. So assets, you can see. So guys, it's a good idea to, if they're holding on to these coins, a big investment firm, it's something I would recommend.
Which they're in the top holders for Bitcoin, them in MicroStrategy.
Yep. And so guys, I mean, they're holding Chainlink. I mean, I just made 20%. We called it out in the chat. We made 20% on Chainlink just recently. If you caught on it, Chainlink, Solana, LivePure, Litecoin, Horizon, Filecoin, Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic's up 20-something%. Ethereum, and there, a lot of these are trust, but Bitcoin Cash. But you know, there's more down here too. I don't know why I can't let me see it, but I thought it shows a little more. Maybe we'll go like this. So Bitcoin Trust, it might show it right here. So as far as returns goes, guys,
$1 billion.
Yeah, bro. So these are big companies, but these are companies you want to do a little research on. I mean, I know I'm kind of covering just the surface level, but guys, we have a lot of other stuff. I mean, maybe another night we can kind of deep dive on BlackRock, Grayscale, even look a little more into them. But guys, do some research. I mean, check these out. Futures overview. You can see trading for the past 12 months, they're down 42%. But since inception, since they started this trust for Bitcoin, we're up to 14,600%, guys.
Compared to 42% loss.
And honestly, bro, this is why I love the crypto space. You're up 14,000 fucking percent.
And you see how it says trailing 12 months. There's a lot of people coming to the game thinking they're gonna get rich overnight. You have to look at the bigger picture. Like that explains it right there.
Facts, bro. And you know, I'm guilty of this too. I'm sure I know you've done it too, Tommy, because we joke about it, but it's, you know, like you're up 14,000%, you'd lose 42%. You're like, oh my god.
You can't be greedy though. You gotta take the.
Yeah, and that's important. I mean, even with optimism, a coin we just called out in the chat that's up over 100-something%. Guys, I took profit on this puppy. And I didn't even put a lot into it, but I'm like, yo, we're up. If you look at the I think it's 212. Oh, actually, 22 hours ago, all-time high. I was about to say we literally were close to the all-time high. So we just hit the all-time high 2 months ago. We hit the all-time low. And you look at returns, guys. I mean, 14 days. You're
Also, if you see 30 days, 286%, but you can look over and see it's not even a year old.
yeah, and
So if you do your research and you can find out about these coins, then you can make those games, you
yeah.
know.
And obviously, you know, even in earlier episodes, I know if you guys are a little more new, you can come in here. And on CoinGecko on the right hand side. So if you look up a coin, you come over here. They have a website, so you can click on it, and it actually just brought us here. And you can see you can do a little more research on these products or not products projects. See if they have products, right? And you can do a little bit more research on each of these, so you can see their developers, a little bit of all the apps, their ecosystem. Get started. A lot of times they have even little videos too that kind of break down, what's going on. There's an airdrop actually, so maybe that's even something we could look into. So I didn't even know there's an airdrop, which maybe we can potentially get in on that. But let me actually go like this. So I don't know why it wanted to open it in a new tab, but we got 300 tabs here, so we're gonna do oh shit. But honestly, oh okay. How do we just connect the wallet?
I would read the announcement first. You never want to just click that, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I was just kidding.
That's the last thing I'll do is just connect my
Definitely, bro. Definitely. Um, maybe it's on here. I thought didn't it just bring me back?
the next one over and then read about it, see what it says.
Yeah. It's only. Oh, here we go. There we go. Airdrop eligibility. Lease address.
Optimism, user repeat optimism. So if you learn more, this is for the people, which a lot of companies will do, is give you extra benefits for believing in the project, just like the Paradox one I was telling you about, the Metaverse project. So this is for the early beginners to get a reward for holding.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to find out and see what the eligibility is for this. It looks like criteria optimism user, prior to 2021. Holy shit. Or optimism projects more than once between. Okay. So I mean, even if it says if you use it.
March 2022.
Yeah, so if you use their bridge prior to that or used optimism projects more than once between there, repeat. So we'll come back weeks, apps, downloader,
So this looks like it's for like pre-sailers or
yeah,
whatever. It's a reward just for holding on, you know.
yeah.
Which is good for the community. It's a good project to look into if they're looking back for the community like that.
Yeah, and honestly too, I want to kind of see how their distribution of their coin is too, because depending on how much they're distributing through here, and that's a big thing to look into, guys. I don't know if I really covered it in the previous past, but when you're staking coins, yield farming, even looking into new projects, what you want to look at is where the coins are being distributed and how much the team is getting. They own 20%. They could literally they control the market. They can completely control the market, and that's something you want to be aware of, guys, because somebody sells, the price drops. Especially some of the owners or people that are looking to make money that maybe been holding since day one, whenever this project started, which was obviously before July or June 23rd, 2021. So some people have been holding on to this for a long time, even rode it all the way down from the high. So you want to look and see OP government. You want to see where these coins are being distributed. How much is the owners, trying to think, the developers have owners, things like that. This is something we'll look into again too. So I'll write this down. So we got Ecomi. We'll send the Ecomi chart. We got the optimism airdrop. And then actually, where's it at? There was an actually so we got Coinbase. It was actually right here. So token backing Ethereum scaling solution optimism rallies 20%. As you can see, we just looked a little more than 20%. Maybe in the past 7 days, you're looking at 33%. And guys, 7 days, you get 33%. Take some profit. Take half profit. You can always get back in the market. That's the thing. People think, oh my God, it rode up. We're gonna ride it all the way to the moon. Newsflash, it's probably not going to the moon. It's not only going to go up. There's always going to be ups, downs, up, downs. You can buy in again and you can get another entry and ride it up again. So take some profits on some coins, guys. If you're up 20, 30, 50, 100%, don't be surprised. It goes up 100% and you're riding it to the moon and you're back down to 3%. You're down. You didn't profit off of it. So that's a common problem I see with a lot of people too, is, they're in a coin, they're riding it up, they're up 100% and they never take profit. And guess what? The coin comes all the way back down. They didn't make anything. At one point you were up 114%, but you never took profit. So it doesn't change it. And you could be up a trillion%. And it doesn't change anything if you don't take profit. So, again, we got the opium or opium, God, optimism. Obviously my brain's elsewhere, but so we got the price optimism. You surge more than 80% a single week, hit a high $2.22 as we just saw. That's according to Coin Market Cap. There's actually a link here, which I'll actually share that too, which is all-time high for crypto. So I'll send that through again. I know I've shared it before, but let me see. So you can see, where's that? These are all the coins that are currently hitting all-time highs. You can see all-time high dates. There's optimism. I don't know if there's any other ones on there recently, but wow, they actually updated this app, so you can see the rank on here too now. So that's cool. These coins. I wonder if there's any other ones on here. Obviously, these are all just most likely rug pulls, in my opinion. They're not ranked; they're rug pulls. And just because they are ranked doesn't mean they're not. You gotta be careful on these projects, guys. Like I said, if the owners, the developers own 20%, I mean, they control the market. It's pretty much, you might as well go to Chuck E. Cheese at that point and, hey, let me buy your Chuck E. Cheese tokens. Like they control at that point, they can kind of control what happens in the market. I mean, it's the same thing as Chuck E. Cheese owning all their tokens. They might own 30%, 40% of their tokens, and they might be distributing their Chuck E. Cheese tokens out to the people who are playing in their arcade, right? And they might own the rest, but ultimately they control what happens with their coin. So that's just something to keep in mind, especially, like I said, when you're investing in a new project, looking at something. But I kind of want to see if this has a little anything else. We got Bedrock coming soon. When it does, change the roll up the game forever. Let's see. The protocol explanation for the years to come to serve as the model for the roll-up architecture. Same as Bedrock for a good reason. The Bedrock upgrade was first announced in May this year. Is the cheapest, fastest, most advanced roll-up architecture. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this roll-up architecture is. I mean, that's something, that sounds new to me. Maybe there's a different, dumbed down term for it, but I'm not sure what a roll-up architecture. Do you know what that is, Tommy, by any chance? Because I have no clue.
I do not.
Either, bro.
It looks like it's not even out yet. It says
Oh, okay, the ZK roll-up. Okay. Hold up. I know who that is.
Oh, it's a person.
Well, no, that's another company.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm not really sure actually. I want to do some more research on this. So we'll do some ZK rollups and ZK rollups. Hey, let's go. That sounds funny. But and honestly, yeah, I want to do a little more optimism. We'll do a little more optimism research because this is potentially a coin that could keep running. I mean, by the looks of it, I mean, obviously we've had a good week here, good month really, but this is something potentially that could have a good return even for long term. So we'll see. We'll do a little more research into it. Not right now. Like I said, I want to cover some of these news articles. Optimism was in the news, in this little Decrypt news, so that's something cool. But I just want to keep you guys up to date with some of these things because I mean, optimism's in here, or not in here, but coming out in these news. I mean, it's obviously something big happening, and just because it's out there for it's up 20% doesn't mean it's necessarily big. But usually Decrypt doesn't cover Doge going up 20% in a day just randomly. They're not covering just random coins with no utility. So this was actually something I saw and I was like, oh, I don't like the looks of that. So according to the Senate bill, it would give the CFTC an exclusive oversight to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now they're trying to pretty much give it. They're putting Bitcoin in the categories of a commodity. Now it's not there just yet, but it's in the same category as gold. So to see them categorize it like that, it's kind of cool actually.
That's what the XRP is going to court for right now with the SEC.
Yeah.
it's bad to see if it's a security or a commodity. So for them to say that is huge for the community.
Yeah. But you know, without appropriate oversight, market participants will lack regulatory. So, and honestly, really, all this is them saying, "Hey, we want a chunk of your money," and you know, without us regulating it, we can't have that. I don't know if you guys saw just recently we had there was like not trillion, $1 billion what was it, bro? The lottery winner, the Mega Millions. Dude won like well, actually, the IRS won more than he did.
He didn't actually. Nobody came forward for it. If he was to cash out, he would only receive $740 million.
I think it was actually less, bro. I think he came forward. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it didn't. We'll Google it, but I want to say he walked away with under half a billion. He walked away with 480 something million. Um, let's see, because I thought it was in Illinois. I know the ticket was sold in Illinois. Let's see, winnings. I want to say, but I mean, regardless, I mean, you know, they always want something to do with let's see. I want to see how much not winning numbers. I don't even know how to Google this. Mega Millions take home. There we go. Yeah, right here. Look, Mega Millions lottery winner. We'll get 433 million post taxes. What is that? Where's the other remaining half a billion dollars going? To the IRS. They're the biggest winner in this in this lottery. So they are every time. And what happened? I mean, you can see it right here. Without appropriate oversight, will they lack a regulatory you know, some things? Yeah, they're going to lack security, but at the same time, I mean, we don't want you to be participating in it, Mr. IRS, Mr. Government. And this is something I don't like to see. It's not something I don't think is going to go through. But it is something, you know, like when you see it, it's like, oh gosh, I don't. Let me see. Let's make sure this isn't a thing. But guys, I mean, this is you can even see it also kind of defines what the digital commodity is as well, which is kind of what we were just talking about with Bitcoin being given the title of a commodity, so or put in the same category. Let's see what else do we got. We got Solana hack, Blano slope wallet exploit. So I kind of read a little bit about this too, and I believe it was this hack. I want to say, oh, Z, I want to do that. I want to say it was due to a coding error actually, and yeah, because maybe it wasn't this, maybe it was a different one, but there's a hack. I think it was like 200 million, maybe 20 million, 80 million. I don't remember what it was, but it was a hack, and pretty much really what happened, it came down to the coding. There was a flaw in the coding. You know, these codes get the coding and the smart contracts. I mean, they get audited, but these audits are audited by humans. Their smart contracts are created by humans, and humans tend to have errors. And that's something that happens with humans. There's human error. You know, when it comes to robots, usually they're right on, but a lot of these things are done by humans, guys. So it's the same thing with like a surgery. You know, like obviously they have the research, they have the schooling to go do the surgery, but at the end of the day, you're relying on a human being to not mess up. You know, during a brain surgery, one small error and you're dead. You know, I always joke around, but you know, if a McDonald's worker was a brain surgeon, I mean, most of them would have killed a lot of people. Or if they were an airplane pilot, they would have killed a lot of people. But with this hack, guys, I mean, it came not this one specifically, but with this other hack, I don't think it was this one. I'm trying to remember which one it is, but you know, I'm talking and trying to think at the same time. So, you know, with this hack, not this one specifically, but with the hack, guys, I mean, it came down to a coding error. So, you know, it comes down to human error sometimes, and that's just how it is. But you got to be careful where you have these guys. I mean, I don't recommend using a hot wallet. Try to use as many cold wallets or hardware wallets as you can. And we only have 10 minutes left on here, so I want to do some technical analysis, but I do want to cover these real quick. So we'll just do it really quick. So we got the Ethereum developers penciling the merge in September. They've been penciling that puppy in for fucking years now. So we'll see what actually happens with it. Now we got Solana, Polygon, HTC's new crypto phones. This could be super cool. And they might even be a little more secure when it comes to security. I just saw there was a hack recently that affected iOS users and also Android users. So we got Tiffany & Co, diamonds, right? We got 51,000 for each of these NFTs. I don't know what they are. I just saw it, thought it was kind of cool. Maybe we can see it here really quick, but hopefully that's not it. That's all I gotta say. Let's we'll cover this really quick. Yeah, nearly 5 million swiped from self-proclaimed world's most secure exchange. People can say they're the most secure, where nobody's gonna hack us, but at the end of the day, a lot of these things come down to humans, and human error. So let's go ahead and
Ledger.com.
yeah, literally, literally Ledger, bro, and don't go to Amazon. Now Aave, guys, this is something we called out a long time ago. Aave, I called it out right here at this blue dot at $58. We're up now at $97. So we're up almost 100%. Once it hits 120, we'll be up 100%. But we're still looking at a decent return on this. I personally want to see it respect this daily level before anything. So if we look from that price to current, we're up 66%. Now, in order to enter on this, I actually would like to see it come back to this 50% 618 zone. This right here, I'll mark it up. There's a lot of stuff on here, so I don't want to just let you guys assume this, but this zone right here. So I think we could potentially come back down. You could see it actually almost came down and touched it. So maybe that was it's moved down, but I personally don't think so. I think it's going to come down and maybe wipe out these little lows, maybe somewhere right here, and we might continue up. I don't think it's going to come down below here, but again, we could potentially respect this daily level and continue up. So we'll read and react, not guess and gamble. We'll see what happens. We'll keep watching it. We got Cardano. It's pretty much been doing nothing for 2 years. Big surprise. Not really that long, but it's at this point it feels like a stable coin since May, beginning of the year. I mean, it's pretty much just been down.
They're still waiting on a launch or something, I believe.
Yeah. I haven't seen too much on it. I just know we've been consolidated for quite a while now. Honestly, in order to really do anything with Cardano, I want to see it break above this last high here, which is right around this daily level of 64 cents. So I want to see it break above here and do a little retest, and we can see maybe some upward potential. Until then, not really interested. We're just going to watch it and see what happens. Bitcoin, again, we're in a uptrend. Let me zoom in here a little more, and maybe I can use this chart so it's not as sloppy for you guys. But we have really what determines an uptrend is a couple things, and really it's a higher high, a higher low, and another higher high. Once you have those three, it's technically considered an uptrend. And I'm only marking these ones. You could really mark them back here, but I'm only going to go based off of here. So you can see we have a higher high, a higher low, higher than this one, right? And then another high. This one went higher than this one, and then we have another higher low. So I'm thinking we might see Bitcoin potentially respect this trend, or if we threw some fibs on it, which I believe I have them on here. If not, we'll draw them up. We do. So if anything, I mean, we could also potentially come back down to this area as well. And again, I could tell you what my opinion is, but we would just be guessing. So again, this is stuff, guys, you got to watch. I mean, this is something you got to keep watching, keep up to date with. We can throw some fibs on it really quick. And again, there's our 50% 618 zone just about there. Now I don't know why that's, oh, there we go. We used off this bottom. So there it is right there. I think, again, we could potentially come down here. Now, if it doesn't, we might just respect this. We might respect this trend line. Now, it's pretty close to the 50% 618, but we're not exact. So let me, you can kind of see. So if it did, we'd be looking to come around right here. And honestly, guys, like I said, we could potentially respect that, but until we get to this point and see what happens when that time comes. I mean, there's no telling what happens. I mean, you could jump up to 100K, but the chances of that happening, not so big, but anything could happen. It's the financial markets. We don't control them. They don't care who we are, and they move how they want. So you can see right here, actually, dot we called out. I actually did a poll on Instagram, and tomorrow we're doing another one. So what I did is I did 3 coins. I said, you guys can pick. The viewers chose dot, and we bought in right here. So we wrote it up, and we're actually up 20%, up around here somewhere. But I mean, we're still up. So I'm gonna keep riding that. That's a long-term hold. I mean, and again, I bought in on this for IG, just kind of to show people. I mean, a lot of people want to invest, but they don't really know much. So I kind of wanted to bring it out there and keep people up to date with it. So if you don't follow me on there, oh my goodness, where's my DeFi pulse? All right, we're gone there. It's interesting. We'll look at the dollar index really quick. We only got about 4 minutes left on here. But you can see, guys, the dollar's dropping, and we'll kind of see where it goes. I don't really know what we're gonna see here. But again, I mean, this was a major level we were looking at, this 100 level, and we broke right through. And now, honestly, I mean, as far as I mean, we've been in an uptrend for with the dollar for since May, and everything else, you know, as far as crypto goes, and mostly been down. Usually, when crypto or when the dollar goes up, crypto goes down, and when the dollar goes down, crypto goes up. But it's not always direct correlation. It's usually mostly similar, but it's not always exact. So it's just something you know you can use and play off of and look at. So we got Ethereum. Ethereum has been kind of doing its thing, kind of playing up and down, really since June for about a little over a month now. But it's kind of been playing in the zone. And honestly, guys, I mean, we broke above this level. What I would like to see is really for it to break above these highs, and in order for me to look for an entry on it. I love Ethereum. I dollar cost average in on it, but right now, I mean, entry wise, I mean, there's nothing for me to look at there. We got Link again. Link we bought in right here, blue dotted line. I've been using these blue dotted lines for entries, and I love it because instead of looking back and trying to find where we entered, I just yeah, it's where we entered. So actually, I really like that. I'm gonna keep using that in the future. That way, you guys can see it too. But I mean, we go to that. I mean, it went up 37%. But again, I mean, when I called it out, I think, again, we called it out right here. So, I mean, it was up 15% when we looked at it, but again, it keeps going. So we'll see what happens. I think we might respect, this is an old last level support based off of, I think, a monthly. This was a huge time frame. So yeah, I mean, it broke below just slightly, and actually we came down. I want to say we perfectly touched this level, or almost came close to touching this last high. And really, for me, we're kind of just filling the gaps here. We're kind of taking out these imbalances in the market, coming down, kind of take out this imbalance, and boom, now we can come back here. So we'll see what happens. Honestly, it could come down and touch this weekly level perfectly. I don't think it's going to do that. We'll see what happens, but guys, this is always a possibility. It might come down there again and fill those that the invalidator, I'm trying to think of the words, guys. My goodness. Try to fill the gap. I can't words.
Nice, huh?
Yeah, we're just gonna use the dumbed down term. So looks, guys, looks right now, obviously on a monthly term, it doesn't look so hot. We might click out here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to cover the rest of these, but looks, as far as project goes, guys, I love looks. You could stake looks on their website. If you look them up on here, you can come on here. We'll see if this might be the last project we look at, and then we'll cut a call quits. But I like looks, guys. It's really familiar, almost the same exact thing is OpenSea, but they actually reward you for selling on there. So you can see max supply. What is that, a billion? Yeah, a billion coins. Right now we got the total supply going around, and we have the circulating supply. So right now the total supply is this circulating, and we have the max. So the most that's ever going to be in supply is a billion. So we can see all-time high 7 months ago, all-time low 2 months ago. As far as returns goes, I mean, we're not looking too crazy, but you can see we're kind of making up for some losses in the past 30 days. But guys, it's a project I believe in long term, and I really like it. So it's something to look into. I'm dollar cost averaging into it, but we're probably about to click out here. Tommy, if you want, bro, I'll throw another link and we can hop on and just chill and talk some crypto if you want. But
Definitely.
other than that, bro, appreciate you hopping on. Thanks for sharing what you had to say, and we will see you next time, guys. Peace.
Everyone have a good night.